The city of Kyoto has been famous for its geishas known as maikos, who are young women wearing a white lacquered thick makeup and a gorgeous costume of kimonos since the Edo period 1603 to 1868. A maiko is a woman between the ages of 15 and 20 who is training to become a geiko. Ms. Kyoha Kiritaka, now 23 in 2023, became one at the age of 16. A tweet Kyoha posted on June 26, 2023, with a photo of her drinking with a male customer, has been liked more than 310,000 times, and retweeted more than 130,000 times at a June 28 press conference by Mr. Shigeyuki Goto, Minister of Health, Labor, and Welfare. He addressed this issue, stating, "It is important that Geiko and Maiko work as Geiko and Maiko under the appropriate environment." In Japan, alcohol consumption by persons under 20 years of age is prohibited under the law concerning prohibition of drinking by persons under 20 years of age. However, the Shugio's tatami room has two sessions: Sakaguchi, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and Gokuchi, from 9 p.m. to 12 p.m. On days when they comes home late at night and does their hair, they has to get up at 4 or 5 in the morning. I have to go out to the tatami room again without getting a good night's sleep. So I have to drink sake before I can get out of it, she said. She said, "I was soaked in alcohol all day, and my thinking ability had deteriorated. I was routinely verbally abused, forced to have plastic surgery, and forced to eat the scraps left by my mother's dog. I know many maiko who have been treated badly, but they are brushed off as it's their training, so they deserve to be strict, or they don't have enough patience." When I consulted with them about sexual harassment or underage drinking in the hanamachi, they would only take it as bad-mouthing or complaining. In the hanamachi, maiko are children who don't know anything. They had to be pure, innocent, and dedicated, because they are expected to be that way by those around them. The maiko themselves internalize that perception. In fact, sexual harassment by customers was deeply painful for me, too, because I knew what it meant. In addition to having their hands placed in the bodice and hem of the kimono, the customer would straddle the maiko lying down and move her hips up and down, or conversely, the maiko would straddle the customer. Another of the maiko's tricks in the tatami room was the shachi hoko, a three-point topple, during which the hem of the kimono was spread to allow the audience to peek into the undergarments. However, maiko are children, so they have the pretext that they don't know anything about sexuality, so they are not shy. So they have no choice but to reply, "I don't know." I was taught by a geiko sister in the tatami room that the winner of a game of rock paper scissors would wash the customer's genitals in this way. As a maiko, in training, she had to endure any kind of unreasonableness. This perception is deeply rooted in the people around them, and in the maiko herself. Maiko are promised a period of apprenticeship of 6 to 10 years before they begin their training, such as 5 years of apprenticeship, or 6 years of apprenticeship. During that period, they train as told by their mothers. Okiya owners, such as dancing, and go to the ozashiki. Quitting before the promised period expires is an act of betrayal, and in some cases, a penalty of tens of millions of yen is demanded. Okiya is a training place to improve one's art, and maiko are in training. A maiko is a trainee, and a gay maiko is never allowed to talk back to her mother, no matter what happens to her. After I resigned as a maiko, I received a resident tax bill at home. I found out for the first time that I had income, and that I had paid taxes. I don't know how much income I had, but for the first year after I quit, I was charged about 90,000 yen per term in inhabitant tax. I had no savings at all at the time, so just making the money was a challenge. I even went to the tax office and asked about the basis for the tax payment, and whether I was considered to have worked during the period I worked as a maiko. But they could not tell me properly. I also asked former maiko from other towns, and they told me that the same was true for the sister from Miyagawa Maki and Kami Shichikan. The sister from Miyagawa Maki told me that when she quit, the Okiya gave her the tax return forms that she had submitted so far, and the business closing notice. And she found out for the first time how much income and tax payments she had made. When I heard this, I thought that perhaps my tax return had been filed without my permission, she said. When she became a maiko, she did not sign a labor contract.